Right, LJ, do you want to just do a quick mic check to make sure you don't spike this time?
Check, 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 check.
I thought you were going to sing.
Oh. You want me to sing? Oh. Okay.
You messed it up!
Can I...
The one joke you wanted to do and you couldn't do your own joke.
It's because I feel pretty, oh so pretty.
No,
I feel pretty and witty and gay, and I pity any girl who isn't me.
No, it's too late. You messed it up.
I dreamed a dream.
Oh, I was gonna do that!
Right, no more singing, no more singing. Anyway, guys, I'm Jamiethecomic, and welcome to the Comic Con Inspirational Mind podcast, where we talk about everything that's gaming, anime, comics, and everything in between.
What, did you just take a wrench to your balls?
I did indeed. Joining me today is the always lovable, always missed, and never talk about Donkey Rover again, Pinkshuchan.
You know, I'm still kind of pissed off that you locked me away and made me miss the last podcast.
But you had to learn a lesson. Anyway, guys, that is also LJ, the always chaotic, the always
Were you about to call me sexy?
This is also LJ, the always chaotic, the always psychotic. That's the word I was looking for. And
you talking about me or
LJ.
Pink?
Fuck. What? We've messed up too much. Let's just get on with the fucking podcast.
So my topic of this podcast here, this podcast in particular, is the recent Academy Awards. Now, no, I'm not going to talk about how John Travolta horribly mispronounced Idina Menzel's name. Fucking idiot.
You mean that's not who came on? I thought Idina Menzel just killed the actress that was meant to sing.
No,
oh, well.
It's not Adele Dazeem. Stupid. Anyway, but my topic is about how recently on the wonderful world of the interwebs, they leaked ballot sheets for the Academy Awards from the voters, which had some pretty ignorant comments regarding animation. Because for the best animated feature category, you had films like Despicable Me 2, The Croods, Ernest and Celestine, Frozen, and The Wind Rises, which I saw recently, which was fucking amazing, by the way.
The Croods were part of that. That was shit.
I never saw it, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, the only film I've seen is Frozen, and I thought that was a really good film.
I saw
we all know it's Frozen.
I saw Frozen and The Wind Rises. Both were very good, though I thought The Wind Rises was a little better. I know, it's complete blasphemy, isn't it?
Yes.
Anyway, according to many of the voter sheets, people either abstain from voting because they fucking hate animation and think, it's just kid stuff.
I was about to say either that or, like, they couldn't choose.
Yeah, which was fine if they can't choose, whatever, but the other one was they would vote for Frozen because, oh, it's the most popular. And
that sounds pretty shitty.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't vote because obviously the people that vote in are more mature, obviously, unless they've got kids or they're really into their movies and animation, they're not going to go and watch a kids movie, are they? So they're going to watch the big action movies, the grown-up stuff. So of course it's going to be difficult for them to...
I take offense by your because here's the thing. The Academy Awards people, when having the voters, they supply them with like, you know, copies of the movies for them to watch and vote accordingly. And many of them just didn't give a flying fuck. And which I think is completely stupid because animation, I don't think, in my view, is just kid stuff. It can be kid stuff, but it's not. But it's really not, because sometimes animation can tell very beautiful stories, and I think both Frozen and The Wind Rises were good examples of that. The Wind Rises especially, because it told it was telling a very mature story.
Oh yeah, but then again, it's Studio Ghibli, and Studio Ghibli has a lot of films, whether it's very kid-friendly or not.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
One of my favorite films by Studio Ghibli is Grave of the Fireflies, which is anything but kid-friendly.
Spirited Away!
Oh, Spirited Away is my absolute favorite, but Grave of the Fireflies is also up there.
my favorite is the recent Wind Rises, and much like Grave of the Fireflies, it was centered around very mature subject matter. Ironically, both kind of, well, Grave of the Fireflies was like, you know, during World War II, while the Wind Rises was kind of before World War II, but leading into it, because it was about a person who designed airplanes for the Japanese army, who just wanted to make airplanes because he didn't want to make weapons, he just wanted to make planes. They were because he saw them as art, basically. It's a very good story, and, you know, I can't say anything about the animated movie, selections besides Frozen and The Wind Rises, because those are the only ones I've seen. But really, if you're going to be judges for the Academy Awards, watch all the movies before voting and don't just be an ignorant jackass. There were also some very ignorant comments regarding Best Animated Short Film. And these are fucking short films! They take 5 minutes, guys! And because of this, because of the ignorance of these voters, and because I have high respect for animation and voice acting, of course, I decided not to watch the Academy Awards anymore from this point forward, because I think the people who vote on it are ignorant jackasses, and I don't like supporting ignorant jackasses.
I mean, what is the point in supporting people that are just going to dismiss the work that they're trying to critique?
Yeah, of course they'll watch all the Best Picture nominations because those are adult movies.
12 Years a Slave, of course. That was a good movie.
Yeah, that won Best Picture, if I'm not mistaken.
It did.
And then you have Gravity winning all the other awards, even though Gravity wasn't that good. Oh, did I just say that out loud?
I want to see that.
It's good.
It looks good.
It's good up until the last 15 minutes when it goes to borderline stupid territory.
Well, I was actually watching a documentary on how, on the International Space Station and how they live and how they conduct experiments, etc. It's also, God's sake, I can't even speak. As well as problems that can occur in space. And one of the problems, in fact, one of the first things the presenter said is, in gravity, they have many issues that can occur on the International Space Station. But the only thing that doesn't happen in space compared to the movie is they use their jetpacks to move around. That's only for an emergency. So, yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah, I will say that the movie was fantastic until the last 15 minutes where it was just downright laughably dumb. So, no, I don't think Gravity was that good. I'm going to be one of the few people who will say it was just okay.
So who would you have put for number one?
For Best Feature?
What were the nominations first?
I didn't see any of the other movies. I know American Hustle was in there. The movie Her, the one about the guy falling in love with the AI, was in there. 12 Years a Slave, Gravity. And I can't really remember anything.
I think Wolf on Wall Street was one of them.
Yes, that was yeah, the Martin Scorsese. Of course, it's Martin Scorsese. The guy gets a nomination every year.
I wish I could speak for all of them, but I've only seen 12 Years a Slave in cinema, so I need to watch them all before I can make a decision. So.
But yeah, really, I think animation can be very underappreciated, and this recent deal about the Academy Awards voters really proved my point, and it really shows, like, people wonder why movies that have, like, animated movies that have managed to get nominated for Best Picture haven't won it yet. It's because the fucking voters are ignorant as hell when it comes to animation.
Well, hopefully a movie will come out that will change their mind.
And yeah, when I see that the voters are ignorant, it explains how, however the hell, Brave won Best Animated Feature last year. And I don't care what people say, Brave was fucking horrible.
It was alright, but
yeah, it was
way overrated. Just meh.
I'm probably one of the harshest people when it comes to that movie, because it's so bad. And then the year before, Rango won over Kung Fu Panda 2, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda 2 was really good.
Rango was horrid. Again, I'm one of the few people who actually thinks that movie was bad.
Speaking of critiquing movies, well, like I always do. When I was watching Frozen, I was so used to seeing all the Disney princess movies with the same scenario. white prince, I'm gonna save you, yeah. And it was so predictable after prediction, yeah. When the oh god, what's his name? The prince turned out to be.
Don't spoil it for your audience, asshole.
It's been out for 5 months. It's on DVD and Blu-ray soon.
Fuck
and
you.
Really, of all our audience must have seen it by now.
Too bad you don't say shit. Next topic.
All right. Let's just say it's just so funny. I need to say it. When it was so predictable, I knew what was going to happen, and then I had a woman about 30 years old sitting next to me. She just shouted out when the reveal happened, when she was cold and in the fireplace. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know. I know the scene.
The woman next to me literally said, "Ah, typical bloke." It was just so random, and I was like, well, I said that in my head, but the fact that she shouted it out for the entire cinema to hear.
Yeah. The funny story from my experience seeing Frozen was when, at the beginning, when, this isn't much of a spoiler, this is something that happens within the first 5 minutes of the movie, when the parents are killed off, everyone in the theater was gasping, but because I'm a longtime Disney fan, and this is not... This is not too far off from what they normally do. I was just sitting there with my drink going, good times.
And one more thing that threw me off the typical Disney approach is the ending.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know when someone
don't spoil it.
I'll be very careful. Someone got stuck, and the only way out was that one particular way that is in every movie, and it was like, oh, right, come on, go and save them. And then it turned out to be the other person. I literally started crying. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I loved that twist. I loved that twist.
It was a really good twist. And it's something that just shows that Disney are moving into the 21st century. They're not relying on the cheap damsel in distress scenario anymore. The prince has to save the day. Or the true love first kiss, but yeah, I like how they've moved
if anything, the romance in the movie was kind of in the back seat.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, it didn't take priority like some Disney movies. Mm-hmm. But anyway, we've gone way off track here.
Next topic.
All right. Well, what my topic is that NIS America, who is known for localizing some games in anime, including
Danganronpa. That was worth it.
Yep.
As well as Bleach Soul Resurrection.
Yeah, they did do that. They have streamed an English dub trailer for an English dub localization for the anime Toradora. And I had seen a few episodes of it before, and I do think it's a really good anime. And I saw the trailer for this English dub, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
I haven't even seen the original Japanese, and my only knowledge of the series comes from what I've seen of that trailer. And I will say it looks pretty good, and I'm probably going to get it on a DVD box set, because no matter if an anime is good or bad, I have it in my collection. For fuck's sake, I have High School of the Dead in there for no reason.
Yeah.
Shit movie. Shit show.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I am really looking forward to it. And they have revealed the main cast for the English dub. And from what I see here, these are a lot of really good actors there. You have the main character, Ryuji Takasu, who is being played by an actor named Eric Kimmerer. You have Taiga Aisaka, who's played by Cassandra Lee Morris.
Yes!
You have... Minori Kushieda, who is voiced by Christine Marie Cabanos. I'm not sure if I pronounced her name right, but I'm hoping I did. You have the character Ami Kawashima, played by Erika Harlicher.
Yes.
And you have Yusaku Kitamura, played by Johnny Young Bosch.
Yes.
So yeah.
I'm looking forward to the anime myself. It looks like a very interesting type of show. It looks like it has elements of romance, but elements of kind of a magical element to it, which reminds me of anime such as Angel Beats.
It's a romantic comedy.
Okay. So it would remind me so much. It would probably remind me so much of anime, of other shoujo anime I like, such as Angel Beats and Clannad. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. It looks like it's going to be a fun time with maybe some emotional moments, and those are always anime I seem to enjoy a lot.
Now, my topic is not really news because it's been a very slow week in terms of, well, news. So I want to bring up a debate that has been plaguing many news outlets recently, and is, do sales such as the Steam summer sales and holiday sales hurt the game industry? And it's kind of the two faces of the same coin. You've got the argument that yes, it can hurt sales because they're driving away the maximum revenue a company can earn from it, but at the same time, it's, if the company hasn't made a game that's worth buying at full price, then would you rather them not buy the game, or would you rather them buy it at a cheaper price so they can experience the game? Like, for example, I buy a few games pre-owned and a few games new on the day, like Batman, South Park Stick of Truth quite recently, and I brought them because I knew they were going to be good games. I've seen gameplay, I was really excited for them, the hype was building me up until the point where I was like, nah, gotta pre-order, gotta buy it. But then there are games out there such as Duke Nukem Forever that I knew was going to be terrible, and why should I pay full price for a game that I know is going to be lackluster? It's not going to be a great experience for me. So,
and the fact that it's a sequel to a game that really wasn't that good to begin with when you think about it. Oh, did I just say that out loud? I'm sorry.
Well, it was good at the time. Like to argue to toss that, yes, it can hurt sales, but at the same time, no, it doesn't hurt sales. If you want to sell a game, you have to make sure it's a good product. I mean, I refuse to buy anything from EA at the moment, such as the Need for Speed franchise, the EA Sports, the Battlefield at full price, because I know what it's going to be. It's going to be the same experience over and over and over again, just slightly new enhances, like Call of Duty, for example, or new tracks, new cars. But really, all it is the same package with just a different coat of paint.
Well, EA's a piece of shit anyway.
Well, voted the worst company in 2 years running, so that tells you. So, yeah. But South Park Stick of Truth, I was really excited. Bought full price. That's all I need to say.
It's hard for...
Do you guys agree?
Well, when it comes to games, I usually buy them at full price if I'm, like, excited for them. Like, I bought both Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and Danganronpa for full price. I pre-ordered the games. And they were both around $40 to pre-order because, you know, the companies knew what they were doing when they were pricing these things.
Yeah.
Because Kingdom Hearts, the HD collections are just, you know, HD revamps of original games. And in the case of Danganronpa, it was a port of a game that was on the PSP. And, you know, it's a portable game, so they don't usually charge like $50 or $60 for portable video games. But in terms of games that really don't deserve it, like, you know, I don't think lowering the price is going to hurt the market too much. It could, but it all depends on numbers, it seems like, how much it took to make the game. And, of course, if you're going to make your game expensive, you gotta make sure it looks good, because there's been games like Brutal Legend that was built up for a long time and then went for a $60 asking price and did horrid in terms of sales. Nowadays, you can find it in a bargain bin for $5.
Yeah, I do have to agree that in terms of games, they have to be pretty good, but also, you do have to make them look good in terms of trailers and all that, like, just make it seem like, oh my god, this is going to be a really good game just by looking at the trailer. And sorry to bring this up again, but Danganronpa.
I think you killed him.
But, like, in terms of that, like, the trailers were horrible.
Oh god, they were some of the worst game trailers I've ever seen in my life, showing little gameplay, just the voice acting and story, and some of the worst voice clips you could have for this.
Oh yeah, definitely. But, like, like, I kept my optimism in terms of this game because I knew that it was a really good game, and I knew for a fact that it had dual audio, so it's like, I'm still gonna buy the game. And when I actually played the game, the voice acting was actually really good.
But a lot of companies can actually make, like, games look really good but end up really bad. Like, if you see some of the early trailers for Sonic 06, the trailers made the game look like it was going to be the shit. But instead, the game was just shit.
Yeah, it does have that opposite effect as well.
Yeah, sometimes you get the worst trailers for good games and the best trailers for bad games. It's a totally backwards world.
Well, I guess it just kind of depends on the person, I think. Like, if there's something that really catches your interest, and if you want to pay full price for it, whether it ends up being good or bad, it's up to you.
Now, on that note, is it time for some emails?
Fine. If you had the ability to get Sega back into the console market, who would you sacrifice? Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo?
Microsoft! Get rid of them!
Microsoft!
I was going to say Microsoft, but the only reason I want to say Microsoft is the same reason why I would say Nintendo. Microsoft don't have many good exclusives, while Nintendo has a lot of good exclusives. So I reckon if their exclusives were not exclusives or multi-platform, then they would make more sales and it would give a bit of variety. And that's the same argument I've got with Nintendo. They suck at the console market at the moment.
I've heard
Mario is selling well. The Mario Kart is expected to sell well for obvious reasons. They've got really good exclusives. Microsoft has Halo.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. Gears of War is practically dead.
Yeah, and that was the only good series they had under the belt. Now they're dead, and I want them to go. And it's like, it's just... And also, Microsoft made the Xbox One, which is the greatest crime on the gaming market, and they should be ashamed of it.
So, for me, it's... I don't care. Microsoft or Nintendo.
Why Nintendo?
Well, like I said, Nintendo would make loads more money if they just went multi-platform. Sega did, and they're making tons. But I think they would be good in the console market again, because Sega...
thinking about it, didn't the only reason why Sega ended up becoming multi-platform is because of the fact that they lost their consoles?
Well, here's the thing. The Dreamcast, while it sold well in its first year, did horribly the years following because Sony was releasing the PS2.
And added a DVD player, and Dreamcast wanted to try and do something different by including a specific type of CD that couldn't be pirated. Ironically, the Dreamcast is the most pirated console of all time because it's so easy to.
Yeah.
You just need a CD. That's it. You need a normal CD and it will work. So,
what would your dream live-action movie adaptation be?
And it can be an adaptation of an anime, a video game. It can even be a adaptation of a live-action TV show, as long as the ending result is a live-action movie. So
none. Next. Because here's the thing. I think they, video games and anime and stuff, they belong in their respective art forms, and Hollywood has proved time and time and again that they can't adapt anything, whether it's a video game or an anime or a regular-ass TV show. They fail on all levels, so I think they should just be kept in their art forms. Like, people have adapted books, but, that's it's kind of different when it comes to books. That's a completely long explanation that I won't bother going into.
I have something to add to that. It is true, Hollywood cannot adapt, cartoons and all that into live action. But I have seen a bunch of Japanese movies that have been able to do such a thing, such as the Ace Attorney movie and Death Note. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, the Ace Attorney and Death Note movies were great because, they came from, first of all, their country, I think they might have had certain certain people involved with the originals to have kind of their hand in this, so that kind of helped. And if I had to choose anything to get a live-action adaptation, I would choose for it to get in Japan. I would possibly say, Code Geass.
The problem is with Hollywood is they try and Americanize everything. That's why Death Note worked. that's why Ace Attorney worked, because they're using the Japanese style, which was to us weird, but to them it's normal television or movie style. And the localization doesn't need to be localized because it's already fucking localized. So, yeah. But my pick would be Digimon. And I've got a good reason. Only if it's a very dark movie. And I have a very good idea for a dark Digimon movie. Basically, the Digimon... We already know the Digimon exist. A bit like how Pacific Rim happened. But all the Digimon tamers from the anime and the games are evil.
Fascinating.
That's the twist. What a twist.
Here's the thing, though. Digimon is mostly known here to be a bit of a kid show, right?
Yes, that's why making it dark would be awesome.
Yeah, but again, for kids, like, you can add some...
Who said it's for kids? I want this to be an R-rated movie.
It's best not to take him seriously, Pink.
Alright.
Just think Digimon with blood.
Though I would also like to see... I would
out.
actually like to see a company like Disney or Pixar or something, or like any 3D animation studio to try their hand at making a Sonic movie. I think that would be cool.
Oh yeah, that would be interesting.
Well, they're making a Sonic TV show. What more do you want?
I want more, damn it!
If I had to choose one that I would love to see a live-action adaptation for, that is tricky, because there are so much stuff, but I find that, like, to make a live-action adaptation, like, obviously in terms of, like, actual cartoons, there's been a lot that have just failed.
Cough, cough, Transformers, cough, cough, The Last Airbender.
Yeah. In terms of anime and video games, they can be adapted well, but it does depend on what type of series you're doing and how exactly you're adapting it. Like, I love the Ace Attorney movie, and I love the the Death Note trilogy. However, I've been hearing of the live-action Black Butler movie, and I want to see it. But from what I have seen of it, it honestly doesn't look like it's that good. Like, it got rid of so many characters and instead had clones. The only character that does return from the Black Butler series is Sebastian, but even at, like, yeah, Sebastian's badass, but part of what made Black Butler so good is because of all the other characters, not just Sebastian. Again, like, it's gonna be really hard to adapting something, especially since you know what Hollywood does. I mean, I was happy in terms of, like, what I had heard of the Death Note movie, that the director for it, who I think also did Iron Man 3.
Hi, Omni, spoiler bitch!
It has been pointed that, like, I think it was Warner Brothers that also kind of took on the live-action Death Note for the US.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I remember that there were a couple changes that they really wanted to do, but the director himself disagreed because he wanted to keep in the spirit of the original Death Note.
Yeah, because he didn't want it for revenge, did he? He wanted... Well, it was for a completely opposite reason, wasn't it?
Justice.
Justice, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And also, like, they also wanted to get rid of the Shinigami, which wouldn't make any sense, because the Shinigami are part of the main reason of the Death Note. You cannot take away a Death Note's origin.
But I think we've gone a bit off topic.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright, Pink. What's the last question?
Alright. If you had to choose one article of clothing that you had to wear, and only that one article of clothing, what would you wear?
Kilt. What? Here's my theory. If you get a really tall person and a really fat person, combine them together, a tall fat person, it's basically a dress, right? But it's long, it covers you all. Well, still being one item of clothing. Suck it.
Considering I want something that would cover every part of my body and not reveal anything, I'd have to wear a fucking dress, wouldn't I?
You could go with my version, a kilt, and still be a man. Because a kilt is a man's dress, basically.
Yeah, but it doesn't cover the whole body. You still have your chest out, and I look chunky, okay?
Have you not seen my naked videos?
No! No! No!
They're on RedTube.com. Go ahead.
No! I don't care about your porn!
I'm in the celebrity category. I'm in the celebrity category.
Eyes!
If I send you a link, will you look? Will you watch?
I'm not going to watch any of your porn.
An England flag is all that covers me.
Oh god! Oh god! Okay, I am gonna be leaving the room now because that is just completely disgusting. Bye bye!
No, leave me!
Yep, they're gone. LJ's just me and you. Guys! That was LJ, that was Pinkshuchan, and I'm Jamiethecomic. And I can assure you, there's still no porn. I was only messing with them. See you later, guys!